So today what we want to do is run our robot, collect some data using the program you can see on the screen, and then bring our robot back to the computer in order to upload that data and analyze that data. So what we can see on the screen is that I've got a very simple program where I'm collecting light sensor data and I'm logging that to the red file. And it's a simple program where I'm running for 10 seconds, collecting a data point every half a second for a total of 20 data points. And so I've detached my robot, I've run this program, and now what I've done is reconnected my robot in order to be able to upload this data. And so how do we actually upload and analyze the data? And so there's nothing you need to add to your program. All you need to do is simply click on Tools, and then go down to your NXT EV3 application browser. Select your data viewer and launch. And now we can see that we have the ability to view some data. So how do we get our data? We just simply click on Add Data. And what you can see is that you can bring up data from your computer, but you can also upload directly from your NXT and EV3. And so you'll see that you've got the red, green, and blue, and you notice that the red is more predominant because that's where our particular robot has new data. If this is not predominant, if it's still grayed out, as you can see the green and blue options, then you haven't collected any data or it's unable to see that data. But we can see that we've run our program, it has some data in our red log file, and we can select it. So if I just click on it, and we'll see that it's uploaded my data. And again, this was light sensor data. So we're seeing on a scale from 0 to 100. All right, so it looks like we've got some good data here. And we can see that we collected data over our 10-second period per our program. All right. Now this can sometimes be a little bit difficult to analyze. So a really simple way to analyze this using an outside application like Microsoft Excel is just export this data. And so if I click on my export button here, I can just give it a name here, data test. And I'm saving it to my desktop, which is the default. And now if I get out of LabVIEW and I go to my data test file, which was created here on my desktop, and I can open it with whatever application I want, I'm just going to simply open it in Microsoft Excel. We'll see that we get a nice set of data with the two columns, one for my light sensor readings and then one for the time. Okay? And so here we have our data right here. Now in order to be able to analyze this, just a quick review of Excel, you just want to simply highlight these two columns, and everyone's Excel is going to be a little different depending on your operating system, but make sure that you're creating a chart. And key thing to note, you're not creating a line, you're creating an XY scatter because we're pulling both X and Y values. And if I take these values, we can see that here is that same exact data that I saw before, except now it's here in Excel and I can modify it and I can actually play with it, and we've got our 20 data points to be able to use to analyze this information.